Welcome everyone to Verzeo YouTube channel. My name is Saurabh and today we'll be talking about business intelligence using Tableau. So this is the agenda here, guys. We are going to focus on what is business intelligence, how it works, what are the various tools available in market, and we are going to focus specifically on Tableau. We'll tell you how to create customized dashboards and reports and how to make really cool visualization. So all this will be done in today's session. We have Dr. Ravi Changle, who will be the instructor for this particular webinar. He has rich domain experience and is currently working as a data scientist. So over to you now, Ravi.
So once again, very good evening, guys. And you can see now the Tableau platform is ready. Today, the agenda we are going to discuss would be business intelligence along with the Tableau software. So first of all, I'll discuss what exactly is business intelligence all about, and then I'll give you the hands-on with the Tableau platform. So I am discussing the platform that is Azure, that is from Microsoft, so that you can understand what exactly are the steps which you follow over there to work out today in business intelligence. And then I'll show you some of the fancy visualizations that comes up very easily with Tableau platform. I'll also share how Python can be useful for working on data visualizations. I'll also share one of the workouts in terms of working on Tappi, that is a library which is available for Python working and Tableau working. It's an integration of Tableau and Python. So I think my environment is all set. Okay, before I get into the start, let me explain about myself. So I'm Dr. Ravi Changle, data scientist since last 11 plus years, working in the uh, artificial intelligence, machine learning kind of domains for research consultancy and training, handling the clients like John Deere, apart from that TCS and CGI Canada, Davia from South Africa. Also working with the closely with the clients like Science Technologies for aerospace engineering kind of support in terms of AI ML practices. So there are a lot many profiles which projects which I have been handling in terms of different domains. So today I'm going to discuss very special domain, that is basically data visualization part, and that's along with data visualization we have business intelligence part also along with the same. So the output is basically analytical reports, or let's say analytics with the help of which helps the business. That's great. So anything which helps my business, to attain an objective, that is profitability or maximization of the particular profitability or sustainable profitability, it's going to be business intelligence, because I need to fix up certain goals of the organization. There are three goals of the organization, business organization. You can see number one, it's going to be totally to increase your shareholders wealth or maximize your shareholders wealth. Second is basically to maximize your profits, and then to sustain this profit for a longer duration. So growth, profit, and shareholders wealth creation, if you can do with data or you can do with your intelligence, that's what exactly is going to be the business intelligence. And how do we do that? How do I start working on that? I mean, Tableau, if I'm using Tableau, is basically a software or a kind of a tool, or SDK for working on that visualization part, right? I hope everybody is aware of Tableau. So what is that first thing which I am looking for, and the last thing which I'm looking in the Tableau? I use this particular software as a working on the in the Tableau part. So Dr. Deepa says that we can work on graphs, charts, like that. So graphs and charts are accumulated in the form of a dashboard. So rather we should discuss a dashboard kind of thing instead of a graph or a chart, because I have collection, and that collection should be suitable for the business requirement. Not every graph and chart is good enough to get a proper insight. So I just to work out in terms of creating the business insights. So let me start with the top-notch hierarchy of the company. Like the reports I'm going to create would be helpful for CXOs. Like I'll fill up the gap, like Chief Financial Officer, Chief Executive Officer, Chief Risk Officer, Chief Technical Officer or Technological Officer. All right. So we have got all the CXOs, Chief Marketing Officers we have. And these guys who I'm talking about are all those guys who are strategic in nature, value creation. Decisions would be driven by from the information can be passed from bottom to top, but decisions are always taken from top to bottom. I mean, the top-notch hierarchy is going to use it. So they are not worried about machine learning algorithms. They are not worried about the what kind of tool or technique you're using. They're only worried about the results part. So let me show you first of all how exactly the dashboard of a CEO looks like, right? Then we go to the business intelligence part. So I just come up here, guys, and please let me know whether you are able to see this screen once again. I'll come to the other platforms as well. and then we can have proper discussion on the hands-on. So I'm now exploring the CEO dashboard, right? Now this could be business activity because it's a business intelligence we are talking about, but it could be non-business activity. And then also it is important, like for example, I'm going to build up a dashboard for NASA for a kind of a rover over there in the on the planet Mars. Then you can see that the dashboard comprises of all the insights, whatever is the insight which is coming out of the data sets. I hope I'm clear on this and everybody is understanding the thing and the logic. That if I talk about a dashboard, it's for business also, for non-business activities also, we can create the dashboards. And these dashboards are the final blueprints. So by on a daily basis, or on every second basis, I can update them. So I get the insights accordingly. Let me just have a new share. I think you are able to see the screen out there, and this screen carries certain dashboards. Let's come to the images. All right. So likewise, you can come to the Google image section, and you can see that there are lot many dashboards which are beautiful, attractive, and talks about cracks. And these are the CEO dashboards. So though they are graph and chart, but now we use a term that is dashboard for them. And Fani says that reports outputting a trend of business. Yes, the stock portfolio also depicts the same picture. So like that, if I talk about the dashboards, now what crucial information the management requires from you is what exactly is required here. Don't go and create any kind of a dashboard. You can see that dashboards are dependent on the departmental workouts. CEO will have a different dashboard, CFO might have different dashboard, business activities might have different dashboards, and non-business activities might have different dashboards. Let's peep into it, how exactly a CEO dashboard looks like. Then we'll design a CEO dashboard from the given example. And you can see that it requires the inputs like there is a kind of a pie chart out there. The graphical inputs are there in terms of bar plots. We have got revenue part over there, projects, workouts. Project management team can have its own dashboards. Agenda is, it is totally dependent on the business unit, what kind of information they want to process, what kind of workout they need to compare on a daily basis, on yearly basis, on monthly basis. So dashboards can be divided into three parts: strategic, tactic, and operational. Operational dashboards are those, for example, I'm driving a car. Okay, this driver in the driving a car, the indicator, like for example, fuel indicator, that's something which is basically tactical in nature, all right, or operational in nature, which is for short run. I'll not have the same, I don't want to use this fuel record after 1 year, the same fuel record, because it will change, right? It's a dynamic. But number of kilometers traveled by this car is something which is useful for a kind of a longer duration, because I need to take a decision when to replace this car. So my business objectives are divided into three parts: long-term decisions, mid-term decisions, and daily decisions or operational decisions. On that basis only, these dashboards are created. Are we clear on this front? And I need not discuss marketing, finance, HR, IT, operations. These are the departments, and according to the department, we have to create that. Like a dashboard over there from NASA. So you can see that the same tools are there, same kind of visuals are proceeded with, but the objective changes. All right. So these dashboards are, created on the Tableau platform. And in future, we are going to have augmented and virtual reality. So you can see that something coming out, and you can have a 3D plotting over there, 4D, like that on your table, and everybody would be using that. So I'm not discussing AR, VR kind of things. I'm talking about the fixed platform that is Tableau and how to create the dashboards. If this is clear, then we come back here. Now, to work out on a Tableau platform or any platform for data visualization or business intelligence, what you need is, guys, you need a particular, data set. All right. So we have got certain data sets. You can process any data set, but let me just have data set which is a sample superstore. And also we have got world indicator. Now it's up to you which dashboard, which data we want to use it. And let me start working out with the world indicators. Okay. So you can see directly I have come to this world indicators data set without telling you what are the things you can do with Tableau. So in short, you can definitely work out with dashboards in Tableau. Second best workout is you can publish your website using a Tableau. The Tableau websites are also being published. Tableau has its own community wherein you can work out. I wish that you can visit Tableau website over there on your Google, and then you can also see to it that what are the kind of agendas I'm talking about. I'll come to this database later on. Let me just explore first of all Tableau. So Tableau is software, and let's without creating a kind of a dashboard, let's have proper analysis on Google Trends, right? That's my favorite exercise to see which tool is working, which not working. I'll come to the Google Trends, and in the Google Trends, let's see what are the data visualization platforms and where Tableau is placed itself. So those who have attended my RP session, they know that we first of all see what is trend. We just work on the installations. Third, what we do is we get the hands-on. Let's see when this actually come into picture. The software part, basically, you can see that 2012 when we actually got data science into picture by Harvard. There was a famous article in October 2012, which was on data science, data scientists, right? So from that period, actually, data science, machine learning, AI, everything has evolved. So you can see that it has started its a rally kind of thing over there. And now because of the COVID things, people are forgetting it. That's I'm pretty sure about, because there is a dip in almost every technology nowadays. People are not searching that, but if you see COVID over there, it would be higher. So it has seen its peak in the previous months. When I compare it with, let me compare with Power BI. There is another software available in the same range. And all right, so you can see that it's a kind of a fight between them, actually, Microsoft versus Tableau. So Power BI comes from Tableau. If you wish, I can show you Power BI also. Would like to see that Power BI also parallelly? So I'll discuss only two projects, Power BI and Tableau. If you wish, then you can let me know. Power BI comes from Microsoft. And let's compare it. So sometime back, you NDTV, you would have seen that we have comparison of mobile phones like that, and now we are comparing what the softwares, right? And tell me then finally which software wins. Okay, that's your. Let's play a game. We'll have some of the workouts with Power BI, some of the workouts with Tableau, and tell me which is the best platform which you like. Okay, like that we can do. Okay, let Power BI come into picture. It will slow my process, but anyways, it's required. So till Power BI comes in, let me just work out with the data sets and all. So you can see that when I talk about Tableau, I can have so many things accordingly. I just hit here once again to show you what exactly I can do with this. You can see now I can connect to a file. I can connect to a server. So it has its own server. I can connect it to a MySQL, Oracle, or I can work out even with Amazon Redshift. And if you just click it, and there is huge, portfolio of all the platforms from where I can get the database. Web Data Connector, Vertica, TIBCO, then we have got Teradata, Oracle. I hope at least you know about at least 5-6 different domains you know about it. Cloudera, Hadoop, Box, Denodo, Dropbox, Exasol, Firebird, Salesforce might also be there. SAP would be there definitely. Marketo, and many. Splunk, big data sets, Spark. Okay, ACP HANA. Are we clear? Where exactly I can get the data sets from? And these are our saved data resources. These are the two data sources which I'm just using to work out. Apart from that, we can have a text file, PDF, spatial files, then statistical files, image files, whatever, JSON files, and you hit more and you can take any file format and you can customize it. And hope you know that from where to download Tableau. So you just write on Google Tableau download and you get the Tableau desktop over there, which you can use it. And you have some 14-day trial also for Tableau version, so you can use it. Paid version is available. Don't use it as of now until unless you are into the job or you are working with the clients. It's costlier, right? So let me just showcase the entire workouts here. And you can see that the sorry, not sister concern, it's a totally competitor. So here comes the Power BI, and is the counterpart of Tableau. So it's taking its own time. Let me close the board framework actually. So the simulator will eat up our speed. So I'm just working on chatbot actually. So I just need to close it. So just close it. Don't bother about this. This is basically for chatbot. So I'm just avoiding it so that it can avoid it. The process. Okay. So I think it's not going on. Let me end the process forcefully. Okay. So I'll come to that separately now because it will be a bit slower. So you can take the data sets from Google Ads, Google Analytics, which we have just Google Trends or Google Analytics basically. So Google Analytics is to get the insights about the websites. So we can integrate so many integrations on Google or let's say any other platform, right? We can also have Google Cloud. Even we can work on Azure, AWS services. Let's come back to the original. Let's come back to our data set and all. And let's see to it. So I think I have to close it right now. I think they are not helping each other, right? Just let me close it. It was done, but right. My goodness. Okay. Let's come back to the workout, guys. You can see that I am taking a data once again. That is world indicators. And this world indicators data will be comprising of certain columns. These columns, that this is data set. You can get insight out of it. I don't know what insight I'm going to get it out of from here. You have to tell me that these are the insights we can draw from the kind of indicators or data sets. So let's process it. Still, it's a bit hectic here and pathetic. So as you can see, these are the workouts at Power BI, and slowly we are going to go ahead right now because we are having two bigger softwares. So Power BI has taken all the powers in its control, I guess. It's not allowing us to even work out. No, it's not working on it. So straightforward, you can see that it's space eater, and sometimes working on both the platforms becomes trickier for you. Just close it, close this window, and let's go ahead. Unfortunately, I have to say bye bye to this Power BI because you know the reason, right? So let's go ahead now. I was just saving time, but it wasted. So anyways, what we do is, guys, we just come up to our database. That's world indicator data set, already a sample available. Otherwise, we can also import any file. I have shown you that from different resources, we can work out on it. Sideways, you can see there is an update available to my desktop. And we'll do that later. Let's close one of the other operation as well. So not waiting over. And so the entire process has become slow, and I have no other option than to wait. So regrets, guys. I mean, you have to keep on wait over there. Just wait. All right. So finally, guys, patience paid, and we are there. So now you can see there is a data source, and there are so many already plots which are available without any workout. So I'm just removing the latitude and longitude databases, and let me show you first of all database. So these are dimensions. Now there, if you see this Excel file, okay, let me show you the Excel file. So data source is nothing else from where I'm going to get this data. So data say source, you can see it's a kind of a sorted file here, comma separated value can be worked out. You can extract tables over there. So I have got birth rate, business tax rate, then carbon dioxide emissions, country data sets. I mean, which country data set is available, days to start business, ease of business, energy usage, GDP, the kind of economic aspects, financial aspects, life expectancy, socio-economic platforms, region, birth rates, etc. Everything is there. Are we clear, guys? So you can see that it's a global indicator kind of database. If you come to the population part, it's basically available for population birth rate. There is another, workout on health indicators, workout on car, the care spend. Sorry, technological aspects are also covered up in other dashboard. So like that, I have got economy, tourism, business, and lastly global indicators. Now, how do I do this? So for that, what I do is I just create a blank sheet again. These are all the previously worked out samples. So it looks like this. So I have to just see this. What are the data sets available? So I have to just hit development, and there are so many variables here. I just hit health. There are so many variables here. Population has these variables. And you can see that I can draw so many insights from it. Can you see it, guys? Please confirm in the chat box that I have got these variables over there as a measure. Measure means what? Numerical values I'm going to get. Dimensions means what? It could be a variety of data, like it could be a city, date, year, time, alphabets, like that. Strings are basically handled here. So we get so many variables here also, but these are identical variables. So like that, we can have the geographical role. We can have group by operations. We can work on working. We can work out on the country name, region, district, city, like that, area code. We can also create the particular fields out there. We can create folders. We can work on hierarchies, like that. So there are so many things we can do. Even we can describe this database. The very first thing is to create insight. I need to get that what can be my objective here. Okay. So let me just compare. Very simple thing is that let's have the GDP understanding of every country across the globe. So what I do is, I can just pick up this GDP data and I can drop it to the row or column. So I'm taking this average GDP data. Now this GDP data is coming from different countries, right? So I can choose the countries over there, and you can see that I'm going to choose this country over there in terms of this column. And very easily I get a particular graph which talks about country and the GDP part. Are you with me, guys? Please confirm in the chat box. And what if I just select this map over there? So here in the right corner, you can see that I can select any of these particular graphical portion. So I just select a map. Now this map looks very bad because I don't see proper boundaries and everything. So even I need labels. So I just assign here labels. All right. And then you can see that it can be the font size, you can change the colors, you can change. If you can overlap, you can overlap them. And you can see they come up here and you can select map here. So once you select a map, you can get all this kind of different portions. So I get Russian Federation, and GDP is $1,248, sorry, 10,248 sort of, and it could be in million, whatever the kind of units it has. And it's now a game of seconds actually. So I can create beautiful visualizations here. Okay, this comparison looks odd. What I do is I just use this platform and I can have multiple colors. I can choose the colors even. Let's work out on them. You can edit colors. Um, and the shades and everything you can work out, right? For this country data sets, you can even work out on these dimensions to get minimum values and maximum values, get total number of counts, like that. For the variable that is average GDP, you can take some statistical measures here. Discretization can be done, continuous values can be created. So I think all you must be aware of all these data pre-processing techniques for data science operations or anything. And let's do whether we can work out on the other plots. So I've shared that this is basically the plot which I've just used. I can choose either this particular platform, and here if I choose this platform, I just would like to have it as a map. If it is treated as a map, I would like to have some labels out there, and that's it. Okay. Minimum, maximum, you can say, even segregate it. And let me put it for all. And once you hit it, you get a label out there also. You can change this understanding that United States, the GDP portion, if you talk about the average GDP, if you talk about it, is going to be higher, right? Let's see, India is there with this GDP, and you can compare them now. This is a tile kind of a workout, and I'm very much selective about the colors, so you can again. I think this looks better, correct? So you can prettify it, right? 11 null values are there. This basically null is going to be worked out because these countries are not identified actually. So that's another agenda. I mean, we'll see to it. Are we clear, guys? Please confirm. Are we clear for the very first insight we can draw from here, that we can create a particular workout, right? You can see. Okay. So I was just on your chats. And this tile size basically shares the workout here. Okay. And let me say it's Verzeo 1. I'm just saving this in the name of Verzeo 1. Next insight I'm going to draw is business tax rate. All right. So let me just have business tax rate. And you can choose anywhere, but let me just have the country again. And let's work out on a map kind of graph. And let's put in very fastly now the labels out there. Okay, guys. And what I do is I just simply say it's Verzeo 2. Sorry for the typo. I'll just change it and just correct it. It's Verzeo 1, Verzeo 2, and then we have another graph here. And now what we should do is let's see the lending interest rate versus no, I don't want that, right? Let me just have GDP and then carbon dioxide emission. All right, so you can see that it's no data is available, right? You can see if I just work on it. Just remove this. I don't know from where this value came in. Let's delete it, right? Let's have another graph. Okay, life expectancy we can see. And does it is related to GDP? Okay, I think the value is basically because that country-wise data that is available of life expectancy. So let us work out on life expectancy and the country's workouts. And then I can have something like this. Like Belgium has got life expectancy as here. And you can see that there are no, almost it's same, right? Across, there's a uniformity in distribution of life expectancy, right? Let's say it's Verzeo 4. And last one, let's have internet usage. And let's say region, right? All right, so we have now got a region to work out. And let's start publishing this kind of dashboard. So you have got different visualizations, right? On different insights. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have some more analytics over there. I just come to this analytics page. For example, I just work out on this data set. And let me just start from the first one. Here, if you talk about, right? So you can see you can cluster this kind of things. So you can create a cluster. You can also have a trend line in forecast if you have one variable. So that also let us do. Let's have one single data set, that is GDP, and let's have forecast kind of things. And I think that is available here. That's it. Come to analytics. And then we don't have years, right? I don't know whether, okay, we have got year here. Okay. Come to analytics part. And now you can see that we can forecast it. So I just use double click here. And you can see I get a forecast here. Okay. For coming years. I mean, whatever the data set is available for. So it's a poor data. I mean, old data. So it's predicting it for this period. This is the error part. And you can also have a trend line, right? Just work out on a trend line, work out on the forecast, and let's have confidence interval, and let's have a constant line as well, average line. Let's have a reference line and distribution band. All right, so let's say it's basically a trend. If I come up here, I see now carbon dioxide emissions, right? I got one variable to work out. You can even work out on a histogram for these data sets. Skewed data set, you can see. If you talk about box plot, you can get certain data set on outliers and everything. It's not a proper fit here. I don't know what exactly is the database. It's not showing that kind of the upper and the lower whiskers. Let's come up to GDP only. Let's identify the data pre-processing part on the same. Let's see. Okay, it's also not distributed normally. Let's see the outlier part. Okay, it's there. So it doesn't add value to me. Alright guys, so let's now create the final thing, that is a dashboard. And how to create it? So you can see that we can have analytics, we can have clustering and predictions. Now you can see a dashboard kind of thing, and I just work on a new dashboard. Are you following the discussion? Please confirm in the chat box, guys. Yeah, we can do so many things funny. Actually, you have to integrate Python with the Tappi to Tableau, then only you can customize it further. Okay. Okay, now I'm adding the sheets. Sheet number 1, sheet number 2. Oh, this is not our one. I mean, our sheet, right? Let me just have our sheet number 1, that is Verzeo 1. And then let's scroll it down. It's Verzeo 2. You can tune in, I mean, let me just properly place it. All right. So let's keep it floating for the time being. And let's have Verzeo 2 sidewise. Let's have Verzeo 4. Let's have Verzeo 5. Let's have trend. All right, guys. Now I think you got it how exactly the dashboards are being created, and like that you can just tune in the kind of sizes and reshape them, make them better in terms of visibility, right? So it requires some of the creative aspects as well. Which kind of dashboard you would like to highlight and how? So these are different dashboards which we have created for the global data sets, and let me just put it here. And there are many. Okay, like that you can have storytelling and everything can be done. And then finally, if you are done with this, you can even work out on publishing this particular thing on a website. You can share this. You can also have a kind of a presentation mode here. All right. You can also have the Tableau server. Let me come to the server part, and here you can publish the workbook, publish data source, and you can also make it Tableau public. Okay, this is server address you can create. You can also have Tableau online, and for that it will be asking the credentials. That's it. So you can then run the websites along with the Tableau. You can also have a news story out there, and here you can add some captions, the world insights, and you can drag a sheet here. You can drag multiple sheets, you can replace them. Like that, you can have multiple stories, you can write something on it. All right, you can also add on the sheets. You can work out on auto updates. You can work out on getting additional data sets. These are the shortcuts available. All right, guys. So I think you got a particular workout to understand how exactly the Tableau can be useful for our workouts, and what are the kind of the aspects which are there for working on dashboards with the Tableau and the business intelligence aspects. All right. So now we can write certain comments. Not on the session I'm talking about the Tableau platform, that whatever the data set invite you're getting, you can have multiple types of plottings out there and you can compare the results. The question is coming from Asia, this is coming from Americas, this is coming from Europe, and you can have a kind of a categorical bar plots. You can have furthermore, right? And if I come to this data sources, we can even, I'll give you some workouts. All right, so there is a library which is Tappi, and you can see that we can work out on the sentiment analyzer. There is a kind of a loop which we can work out. We can integrate over there. All right, so we can have the common text, and we can process that. The only thing is that we need to have external service connection. Okay, and these settings you can do by easily working out on configurations tableau to connect the services, and for that you need to just have the permissions first. All right, even you can work with REST APIs and you can publicize the results. And last is sharing the Tappi documentation. Okay, so these are the instructions over there. what you do is you just come up here and you can just work on the pip installations. You can upgrade pip and you can pip install Tappi. So if you can integrate it on a Google Colab, that's also is fine. So you can work on Google Colab. Let me share this so that you can also work out later on along with integrations with Python. Yeah, so that master page is also is missing that set. And here you can see I'm going to write a command. Let me just have a new notebook. And there we are. So let me check whether the installations work out, and if yes, then you can use it. And then you have to work on the configuration file. That's it. And you're integrating Tableau, machine learning, visualizations, everything with text mining, whatever you want to do with Python, and with the proper dashboard and the visualizations. And less only few of the people have worked out actually on this. It's also taking time today. And let me share you one last link so that you can use it for your second last link so that you can use it for your exercises. So here are some of the commands you can directly use it. And so did you enjoy the session, guys? Please confirm. Got some better clarity or still having doubts about Tableau and creating the intelligence services over there for business? And this is very important. Just explore our website and see to it that we are also coming up with more webinars on the some unique workouts. You can also put your request if you want to learn something, and we are going to cater the webinar accordingly. That also can do it. You can also suggest us over there. Uh-oh. So here we can check out our connection. So pip install Tappi, right? Let me just see to it whether it works out. And yes, then you can just go ahead. So there are only two commands which are available. You can see the installation part. Just go back. And then you can get the server configuration instructions. Then running a Tappi in Python virtual environment like that. So follow these steps. Then you can definitely get in to this workouts. So for example, if I come to the server configuration, you have to work on all these aspects, right? You have to give it the keys and all these authentications. I hope it was a informative section for you guys in terms of handling Python, Tableau, data visualization, business intelligence, everything. And then you can use this library for your further workouts. Just come to the Tappi documentations and follow the steps. You are there with the powerful data visualizations with Tableau along with Python. Thank you so much, guys. Any informal feedback you would like to share, you can just let me know here. How was the session all about? And I think soon you are going to get the feedback link as well, so you can share your feedbacks as well. So we can come to know that what exactly were the things, right? Thank you so much, Srimati Jagdishan. Let's hope for the some more workouts in coming days. Thanks, Viraj. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Fani. And let me come up to the final closure. So Balakrishna, thank you so much. Thanks so much, webinar was your host, and then we have got Mohit here. I didn't have the interaction with Mohit too much, but anyways, Mohit, let's see you next time. Hi Arnav and Deepa. Dr. Deepa, please do take care of yourself, everybody, and let's meet sometime next. Thank you so much. Are we good to go right now? Yeah, we can do that, right? Yeah, fine, we can do that also. It's only a beginner actually, so we just started with it. We can have a certain server and all these integrations, then we can work out. But for the advanced versions, I have given you the access to Tappi. You can even work out yourself. Okay, thanks everyone. Bye bye. Take care.